As the Minnesota Vikings are searching for a viable option at the center position, they turned down Garrett Bradbury's fifth-year option. Maybe the Grim Reacher can do something in year 4. They are looking for a potential backup in one Kyle Hinton, the 2020 7th-round pick out of Washburn University. This is coming via Paul Allen, voice of the Vikings, 9 to noon. This is what he said on a show on Tuesday. The Vikings are training Kyle Hinton, by the way, undrafted, was actually a 7th-round pick in 2020, came into the NFL with guard aspirations. He's being trained as a center. Handle that as you may. 9 to noon, Paul Allen. So that's really interesting. And this is something from the Vikings working in off-season workouts where they're starting to get on the field. They're starting to get into position groups. And if you look at the Vikings roster, as of right now, besides Bradbury, there isn't really a guy out there with a ton of center experience. Now, Chris Reed can play some center. Wyatt Davis, they flirted with using him at center before, and the Vikings in previous regimes, and you look at teams around the league, they do this, where they'll work out some of the backup guys where you have a guard, give him some center snaps just in case, because you can only have so many offensive linemen active on game day, and if ish hits the fan, you need someone who could snap. Now, Kyle Hinton does make a lot of sense, where he's an absolute physical freak, monster coming out of the University of Washburn. Go Ichabods. He's 7th-round pick, 253 overall, 6'2", 295, was a 3-year starter at left tackle, but given his size and his length, he was going to have to kick inside. A 33 career left tackle starts. He was a D2 All-American. Also, he was a track and field star, which you love. I mean, the Vikings also love that profile. And he was an absolute physical freak. He ran a 4.88 40. He was great he had a 34.5-inch vertical jump at 295 pounds. And he has been in the weight room. He has been in the lab with the pen and the pad trying to get the damn anchor going. And frankly, watching his tape at Washburn is also some of his last year's preseason stuff. He looked good. He does look really damn good. So I'm really intrigued by this, because maybe that was the plan all along. Maybe the Vikings and Chris Cooper, the new offensive line coach, and Wes Phillips, the OC, and Kevin O'Connell, the head coach, they looked back at Kyle Hinton's practice tape. They looked back at some of his preseason tape as well as his college tape. It's like, hey, he's got great mobility. He's got a good anchor for his size. I think that we could, and of course he could get into the guard mix, but center is a really wide open spot, because who's going to be the Viking center next year? No one really knows. Is Garrett Bradbury going to be the Viking center this year even? Hell, maybe they'll open up the floodgates and is like, hey, we're a brand new regime. We didn't draft any of you guys. I don't care if you're a 1st-round pick, 7th-round pick, UDFA, whatever. The best player is going to play. And maybe it will be an open competition between Bradbury and Kyle Hinton. Ooh. Love to see it, man. Would absolutely love to see it. But like I said, Kyle Hinton is an absolute physical freak monster. I think that he certainly got the short end of the stick in 2020 with all the COVID restrictions, where there was no preseason, where it was limited training camp. So that's really important for UDFAs. That's really important for day 3 picks like Kyle Hinton. And he didn't get that time of day. And then last year, the Vikings, the offensive staff, even though Phil Rauscher was a stud, they were a little obtuse, and he never got the time of day there either. But there's a reason why the Vikings have kept him on the practice squad. There's a reason why they made moves to protect him, adding him to the back end of the 53-man roster in 2020 so that he wasn't poached. So I believe, man. I believe it is backup center hype season, and we're getting it, man. It's more than just Andrews. It's more than just Wyatt Davis. Now it's Kyle Hinton. Kyle Big Hinton. Chris, not Chris Hinton. I love it, man. But your thoughts are thoughts. Paul Allen reporting that the Vikings are working Kyle Hinton in at center. Ooh. Let us know your thoughts on our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Must worth the work. Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skull Production Value.